Today in the crypto space, we see the market looking nice and green, Bitcoin above that $43,000 level, up approximately 5%, and Ethereum doing pretty good as well, still trekking to the upside, up approximately 2%. The altcoins, guys, some of these are doing really good. Look at AVAX, Sheep, Doge, ADA, and many more. In today's video, I want to talk about the general market. I want to use Bitcoin as a leading indicator, but more importantly, guys, we should be focusing on Bitcoin. So that's exactly what I'm going to be doing in today's video, is figuring out what could Bitcoin be doing in the immediate short term. So you know what, let's talk about the news, let's analyze the charts, and let's strategize to capitalize. Welcome to the channel. My name is Mike, and let's get right into it, guys. If you're new to the channel, welcome. On the channel, we talk about cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and all the altcoins, looking for opportunities. Whether we go up or down, bearish or bullish, it doesn't matter. All we want to do is stay one step ahead of the market so that we can capitalize on any of the volatility. And if you appreciate the strategy, subscribe to the channel and click that bell so you don't miss out on any of my future videos, including the live streams at 7:30 Eastern, where we talk about crypto news and price action. Guys, if you have any projects you want me to cover here on the channel, feel free to let me know in the comment section below. You can hit me up on those socials. The links are in the description. And of course, guys, join the Discord. The Discord is where it's at. Lots of good alpha, trade setups, fundamentals, learning material, and all that good stuff. All right, guys, let's begin. Let's see what's going on here with this market. Today, we're going to focus on Bitcoin. I think that it's fair to say that right now, Bitcoin is leading the way. So we got to give it a bit of attention. We'll take a look at the general market first, and then we'll kind of come up with this plan, because if Bitcoin continues going to the upside, we could see, some of the altcoins very selective, some of them run up, especially the ones that belong to a Bitcoin narrative, like stacks, ordinals. Those should do very well. And then, of course, the rest of the altcoins might just kind of trail up slower, or maybe even go sideways in the meantime, giving Bitcoin the opportunity to run. Obviously, seeing Bitcoin dominance run. And of course, tonight at 7:30 Eastern, when I go live, I'm going to be going over Bitcoin, the Bitcoin dominance, and looking at some of those key indices or even metrics that we could use going forward to kind of give us an idea of what to expect in the near future. All right, so Bitcoin running up, Ethereum looking pretty good. In fact, I feel like we should be also looking at Ethereum. Ethereum right now is just looking for a breakout, and it looks like it is actually breaking out as we speak. So Ethereum also needs a bit of attention here. Although the Bitcoin price is running up and the Bitcoin dominance is looking good, Ethereum, the reality is Ethereum leading into an altcoin season could be that indicator as well, that an altcoin season is around the corner, and you definitely don't want to miss out on that one. So Ethereum, don't ignore it. Ethereum looking pretty good, hanging around and following Bitcoin's lead. Definitely, we have a lot of the altcoins running up as well. Cardano looking strong, up another 6%. Dogecoin looking pretty good, up 18% in the last little while. I mentioned to you in the past, in the last couple months, that I'm interested in Doge for the mere fact that it was at a good, healthy risk to reward ratio opportunity. And Doge, as we speak, is looking really good. 18% in the last 7 days is healthy. In fact, it's outperforming all the other altcoins in the top, let's say pretty much the top 100. Perhaps we'll take a look very soon to see what the rest of the top 100. But 18%, 17.8% is not bad. AVAX looking pretty good as well. Another 15% to the upside. So finally seeing the larger cap, the blue chips, do very well. And this is what we kind of want to see here, is an altcoin season that are going to bring the value up for these bigger altcoins to higher levels, right? Because they've kind of been stagnant for the last little while. What else do we see here? OKB kind of not doing much, a few dips here and there, but really sideways, a lot of sideways price action throughout the market. 8.5% for New York Protocol, another one that is waking up. Guys, 24% in the last 7 days. New York Protocol, I like it. You guys know that. It's doing pretty good. I'm going to be very patient with New York Protocol, because it could be that it's just beginning. The altcoin season might just be around the corner. As we continue going down, we have stacks still doing pretty good, 7%, but look at the last 7 days, guys, 63% for stacks. What a great gainer, and again, part of that Bitcoin narrative. Celestia doing pretty good as well. Ordinals already doing very well as also. 209%, guys, in 7 days. Crazy price action to the upside. Great stuff. If you're in Ordis, Congrats, guys. Really, really good price action there. And as we continue going throughout the market, you can see, like, even a sign that KuCoin is getting a bit of strength here gives us an indication that people are looking for an exchange. People are looking to start trading. And the funding rates are high on Bitcoin as we speak. A lot of people getting in on leverage. So this is where things get a little bit hot and heavy, a little bit too frothy for my liking. I don't want to, I don't anticipate that this is going to be a healthy run up. What I really mean by that is going to be a lot of leverage, a lot of risk, a lot of FOMO, a lot of emotion. And at the end of the day, I'm not looking for fresh longs in Bitcoin for sure. Not Bitcoin. Altcoins, I'm looking for good risk to reward ratio opportunities. And of course, tonight at 7:30, we'll take a look at those. Phantom looking okay. Maybe you're looking for that breakout. It's up only 5% in the last 7 days. So the majority of the move has yet to start. I think Phantom should make a great comeback. Gala waking up a little bit. And as we speak, we see a lot of good price action to the upside. Even CFX woke up about 38%. Terra Luna looking pretty good. What's going on here with Terra and Pith waking up 12%, and so on and so forth. Even Pepe, some of the meme coins are doing good, so that's not bad either. And generally speaking here, guys, we see a lot of good price action. Even Beam is up to the top 100 here, guys. Pretty good stuff. Generally speaking, the market is looking healthy. Altcoins, some really good gainers, but of course, all eyes are on Bitcoin leading the way for potential continuation to the upside. Okay, guys, we're going to take a look at Bitcoin. Of course, you're here to talk about charts, so let's begin. What's going on here with Bitcoin? At the end of the day, we see BTC, tracking to the upside and right through the volume gap. Today on the Discord, I did mention, look, I'm interested to see what happens at about 45.8K. That's what I'm interested. Why? Because of the volume gap. You can see that we're slowly flowing through the volume gap. And if we kind of consolidate this price action by getting into higher time frames, we're going to do that right now. And you can see that the reason why I think this is possible, that we go up to about 45.8, $45,759, give or take, obviously, is because of the top of the volume gap. We have a weak spot right here that obviously you can see a bit of an indentation here in the supply and demand, giving the Bitcoin price the opportunity to run to the upside. Now, after hitting this level, I'm wondering if we have enough strength to continue. We're very close to the golden pocket 6188 retracement, Fibonacci level that, is highly respected for a potential retracement, a dip, a corrective move to the downside. Ultimately, this could be a corrective move to even to the upside. It looks very corrective, but we got our first nice impulsive looking candle. So for me, at this current moment, getting into a fresh long is very dangerous. I would be looking for, and I've been saying that right around 36 level. I've been already saying that around that $36,000 level, fresh longs, not interested. And I'm very happy that I did that because I started focusing on altcoins that for sure outperform Bitcoin, especially some of these alts that we've been covering here on the channel very, very successfully. Okay, so it's not all altcoins, it's just the correct ones. And of course, if you do your fundamental research, if you haven't checked out my deep dives, go check those out, because a lot of those projects that I've covered have been running up significantly in the last little while. And that's, part of those convictions that you need to have in order to scale into those bullish projects properly. With those convictions means that you can buy the dips when it comes down, you buy those retracements, those red days. And this is really what I want to get into right now. Is the fact is that Bitcoin gets rejected, we could see that the market come down, but I don't anticipate it to be too violent. What I do expect is Bitcoin to kind of consolidate within a range eventually, and then within that range we might eventually form a bearish pattern where we roll over. And again, I'm looking at about maybe 25K, maybe even as low as 20K. Who knows, right? There's people out there calling for a 10K Bitcoin still, as we see Bitcoin pushing to about $45,000, guys. So I'm not going to talk about those bearish price targets. I'm going to talk about healthy retracements. A healthy retracement down to about 25K is absolutely normal and still very bullish, given the fact that it would confirm a big picture a nice higher low. So in the meantime, guys, enjoy the green. Expect that these altcoins will continue following Bitcoin's lead. But ultimately, this is what I'm expecting. A bit of a pattern here. I want to see some structure, whether it be bearish structure, even some bullish structure. You never know what could happen here. We can come down, retrace. Even a cup and handle could be considered a pivot point at a high. Okay, so we got to be very careful even how we interpret these patterns. But generally speaking, guys, we've seen that a lot of bullishness here for Bitcoin in the last little whiles. Now it's time to be very defensive and protective of your gains. Just identify the fact that if you look at the volume into this move to the upside, a lot of this is low volume move. look at the volume profile right here. You can see that the volume bars are very, very low. We're overbought on, even on the weekly overbought in the MACD, very overextended. EMAs are facing up. Green histogram bars are still there. So for me, getting into a fresh long is absolutely risky at this current moment. The times to get in long were here on this corrective move dip right here, getting support horizontally and diagonally. And unfortunately, we didn't come back down for a bit of a retracement here, but you know, this is the name of the game, guys. We don't know where the bottoms are. We can just use probability, you know, with in favor of our thesis, and that's about it. So continuation possible. Golden pocket around the corner, very likely. Let's get into lower time frames. Let's see what's going on here on the daily. That's the weekly. The weekly's overbought, guys. It's getting there. A little bit of volume into this candle. You can see that these candles, although they're getting volume, it's not as much volume as was before. So we got to understand that there's a bit of work happening here at the current moment. The volume is getting suppressed, and at the end of the day, it's a sign of divergence. Let me zoom in a little bit more. I know my charts get a bit messy, guys, but they work for me. Hopefully you can appreciate that. We make higher highs here, and if you look at the RSI, it came right back up to get that momentum shift to the upside again, but it didn't make a higher high on the RSI just yet. We couldn't validate the class A bearish divergence by getting up to this level again, or maybe even making a higher high for all that matters, right? We could definitely do it, but ultimately, as long as we stay downward sloping here, the possibility of a reversal happening very soon, especially with the fact that the weekly is now overbought the way it is increasing over time. That probability of getting that reversal increases, especially as we get closer to this $45,759 level. Guys, I hate to be so precise because, you know, it doesn't always work out, but generally speaking, that area right there is what I'm going to be looking at for a potential, you know, rejection, to see what happens there. The MACD in the short term is looking great. EMA is facing up. Green histogram bars to the upside, showing us that momentum is still shifting to the upside, still moving to the upside. Just keep in mind that it is a lagging indicator, and it could take some time for it to reflect the price action. So we're going to take it with a grain of salt and take it day by day. But the RSI is a little bit more reactive. In that case, we can rely on it a little bit more. So looking pretty good on the daily. The daily still looking overbought, getting that back test. Still class A bearish divergence, all still happening here. So let's see what happens in the short term. Let's go on to the 4 hour. As we get closer to you know, shorter term time frames, we can start to, you know, make some decisions here. It basically overbought again, very, very overbought again. Do we get a rejection here? Double topish, still class A bearish divergence even on these two tops right here, one top, two top, where we are right now. Downward sloping price action. Let me get rid of this because it fulfilled the job. These trend lines fulfilled the job. It came right back up, so we might as well get rid of it. You can see that these little two tops right here are downward sloping, while these two tops are upward sloping. Yeah, it could be the beginning of another class A bearish divergence, but it's still a little bit too early to tell. But at the end of the day, the MACD EMA is facing up. Green histogram bars to the upside, guys. There's no sign of weakness on the weekly, on the daily, or even on the 4 hour. The only thing that we have right now is that everything is overbought and overextended. Not a real strong indication of a reversal just yet. So divergences are good, number one. Number two, horizontal resistance, very good. What else could we say? Pattern, structure, give us some sort of idea of what where we could put our stop losses, where we could put our short positions if we're gonna dare to short Bitcoin. We need a bit of structure to give us an indication. Right now, there's nothing here. So let the price action resolve itself. That's why I would take a break here from Bitcoin for sure, and maybe look for some altcoins that are yet to run, find good entries. But right now it's about, you know, could Bitcoin just go up a little bit more? Guys, why not? It could hit closer to that 45K level, and then all of a sudden maybe we start back testing and coming back down. So for me, it's not, the risk to reward ratio is not there. It's definitely overextended. Golden pocket, look how close the golden pocket is. You know, within the 4 hour time frame, you can see that it's also it's definitely within reach. And maybe we might even get a short squeeze where a lot of people start entering shorts right around the zone, and maybe squeeze one more impulsive move to the upside with a quick wick to the downside. All very, very, very possible, guys. I'm expecting a bit of FOMO. I'm expecting a bit of emotion. People feeling that they're missing out is probably one of the worst emotions that you can have in this current state, because everything is green. especially with regards to Bitcoin narrative. All right, guys. So overall, guys, join me tonight at 7:30 Eastern. We'll talk about all of this because at the end of the day, we want to make sure that we have a plan ready to go for the up and coming bull run. And I'm expecting a bit of a retracement in this market so that we can buy dips, especially those altcoins. Dips on altcoins are a lot stronger, and then we can buy those dips on the fire sale. All right, guys, take care. Have a good one. And don't forget, buy the dip.